Just Antoine here, going live once again on YouTube. And I'm gonna go ahead and jump on. I'm going to go ahead and jump on Instagram as well because that's what I do. And all right. And we're talking about taking control of our future, Black empowerment. And I'm reading the book Poweronomics. And I'm telling you, Dr. Claude Anderson is a genius. And he really breaks down things to in a way, in a fashion that really blesses me. And so, hey, Sister Grace, uh, I don't know if you read this book, Poweronomics, but it's a fantastic book. I'm reading it now, and I'm reading it on this podcast. Take control of our futures, Black empowerment, and this book is just phenomenal. And one of the things he's talking about is that really to overcome racism and the slavery that we've come out of and the slavery that we're into. Abraham, hey, we must really take advantage of. We must know that wealth was the reasoning behind everything, and so when we realize that wealth, slavery began because of wealth, and all the people that were a part of it and all the benefits they received because of slavery had was tied to wealth, then we can probably properly understand why we are where we are today as a people. Okay. And it's not until we really look at the wealth factor of how slavery made uh, primarily the Europeans wealthy, then we are missing it. We're missing it. We'll miss the whole reason and behind it, and we will not be able to fix it unless we gain control over wealth, because that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. And and so reading this book, it's been very enlightening, and he gives instructions on how we can come out of the situation that we find ourselves in as African Americans. And it was written in 2005, copyrighted in 2005. And so there's still a lot that we have not done. Well, actually it's copyrighted in 2001. And so um, just coming together and getting us as a people to come together and really do something about our situation has been a daunting experience. But I'm a firm believer that blockchain technology is a avenue, is a vehicle that will assist us in really gaining wealth and being able to sustain the wealth in our community and build a legacy that is not tainted by racism and tainted by slavery, and we can find real deliverance, right? Real, um, I guess, freedom from the past that is continually to hold us back because we don't have a good grasp of what has happened. And so a lot of times we don't know how to move forward because we don't realize what has happened in the past. Why are we where we are today? And so what blockchain technology does, it gives us a decentralized platform to use where the ones who have enslaved us and historically held us back can no longer do that, because we can now control things that we didn't have control over. We can now gain wealth without a lot of roadblocks. Well, the roadblocks are coming and they're being built right now as I speak. But if we can get ahead of those curves and just really come together and galvanize as a people, we can definitely do make some inroads in really being empowered to do what we need to do for each other. And so I have a 5-year-old, soon to be 6-year-old son, and I just don't want him to grow up in an America that I grew up in, right? And so if I can do something about it, if I can make a difference, if I can inspire others to join in this crusade and this mission in this world changing uh, initiative, then I want to be found doing that. And so I am so grateful for Dr. Claude Anderson writing these books. I have a couple of other books from him. Um, Black Labor, White Wealth is a excellent book. It will change your life, especially if you're a Black person living in America. It will change your life. If you're of African descent, it will change your life. If you're not, and you're really curious why things are the way they are, it will change your understanding of things. And so I'm excited to continue on in this journey through uh, taking control of our future. We got to know where we come from so we can realize that, and then take ownership of where we come from, right? We got to take ownership why we were in this situation, and partly we can blame ourselves, right, for that. But we can take ownership and say, okay, what am I going to do about it now? And we don't have to be uh, mad. We don't have to have hatred in our hearts to be able to empower ourselves, to be able to, and we don't have to exclude others, but we just got to be focused on what the problem is and really changing the problem and being very systematic about the change. And so this book, Poweronomics, is Dr. Claude Anderson is leading the way in this initiative, and we're going to take it at heart, and we're going to do what we can do to make a difference, make a change in our society at large. I'm going to say this again as I close. I was speaking to a young man a couple of years ago, and he asked me, how can we stop systemic racism? And I said, that's a great question. The only way that I know that we could really make inroads if we had to find a system to operate outside this system that we're currently in, because it's so interwoven in every aspect of our society that it will be hard to combat it. And because when you start combating it, they'll shut you down. They'll start throwing all kinds of things at you to get you derailed, like they have done in the past. They'll burn down your city. They'll burn down your Black Wall Street. They'll lynch you. They'll do all kinds of things. They'll cause scandal to come to your home, and so yeah, things will start happening. But if you can control your own wealth, if you can control your own livelihood, if you can control your goods and services, then you're making inroads and being able to control your destiny. And so this is what this podcast is all about, is controlling our destiny, taking power, uh, taking control back, and not allowing others to control us, but we control ourselves, and coming together and creating something that will last for generations so that we can rectify the wrong. We can't expect others to do this for us. We can't expect politicians to do it for us. We can't expect anybody to do it for us. May they aid us? Can they aid us? Yes, absolutely. They can assist and be great assistants. They have been throughout the years, but we need to move the needle. We need to move the number of African Americans that's found below the poverty line. And if our mission is not doing that, then it's not as effective as it needs to be. I'm just Antoine with Take Control of Your Future Black Empowerment podcast, and we'll see you guys at the top. Bye for now.